Hello. I wanted to show you a number jump to do with the beginning of the United States of America, the signing of the Declaration of Independence, 4th of July, 1776, through to the end of this year. Okay, the um, the 31st of December, 2024. Right. And I wanted to show you why this is significant. Basically this is 248 years, 180 days. Okay, so why are these two numbers significant? Okay, and before I get off of this, let me just show you something else that's kind of interesting. If we just take the numerology here, 976, and wrap it in the number properties as 976, notice that this is the 811th composite number. Okay, that is pretty significant. 811 is our main one of our main balancing numbers in the chart that I'm just about to show you. 1118 is really the main balance number. Okay, this is correlates with that number. Okay, now let me show you now. Bearing in mind, this is what we're looking at really. There's 248 years, which we know because of because this Pluto cycle that other people have mentioned this. Okay, so there's 248 years now is the return of Pluto. Okay, since the beginning of the United States of America, and we're 180 days over that right now. We're halfway around a cycle, or we're at the midpoint in a cycle if you want, because if you draw a line straight down through a circle, you get two semicircles, two halves of a circle. That line itself, which represents 180 degrees, is a balance line. Okay, it reflects both sides of that circle perfectly. So this 180 is important. Let me take you to the chart of Lorraine now. I'm going to look at Lucas numbers in here. I'm going to show you why that number is important, the 248. So what we had is 248, for those of you like me that can't remember just from one screen to the next, 248, okay, years and 180 days. Okay, now what I'm showing you here is Lucas numbers, and we have gone up to the 12th Lucas number here. This is the 12th column here. This is the 12th Lucas number, which is 322. Okay, the good old 322, the 223 reference. Okay, but 322 is our number here, right? Now, what you have to remember is within this table, there are counterpart numbers for every single number in here, apart from maybe a few of these totals down the bottom and whatnot. But all these numbers coming across, apart from the number at the top as well, all these numbers have a counterpart number one digit less. As you can see, I've got it struck out right here, the number that is one digit less. It's the total in this is the total for the 10 column here. For this 10 column, I've got it in grey. So this is the total up to the point of the 10 column. So if you add all these numbers up coming across, the greys are the totals. And this 321 is what connects back with this 322. So 321 is a countdown. If we tally up 2 plus 1 plus 3 plus 4, 7, 11, 18, 29, 47, 76, 123. If we add all those numbers up, it comes to 321, which just happens to be, if you jump over a column, ignore the grey, okay, happens to be one less than this number here. So what I'm saying is all these numbers in here have a counterpart total number back a column, and knock off one digit. Okay, one unit off of there. Okay, and that's a bit of a complicated way of explaining things, but what we know is that if we come along here and go to the 14th column, this 843, we know that the total here up to this point, we drop back over a column, and that point there will be one less than 843. So we know the total to this point here, to the 322, will be 842. 842 is the reverse of our 248 years. Yeah, 842, the run time of Don McLean's Bye Bye Miss American Pie. Okay, the run time of that apocalyptical song, 8 minutes 42 seconds. Okay, the day the music died. Okay, so it's kind of very interesting with all the references back with old Madonna, and she actually obviously covered that song as well. But I'm getting off track here. So this is 842, and so I've got this big black box around all these numbers, and this is all these numbers added up, apart from, of course, we're not going to add this pre-total in here for the up to the 10 point. We don't want those in there. But we're going to add up 2 plus 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 7 plus 11, 18, 29, 47, 76, 123, 199, and 322. We're going to add all those numbers up, okay? We're going to come out to 842, okay? Our Pluto return numbers in reverse, okay? Now, this comes up to the 12 point. Our midpoint for 12, our balance point on the seesaw here, on the teeter-totter, is the number 6, okay? If we were going up to 10, it would be 5. And then, of course, 11 is a balance between 10 and 12. And so our balance point really would be in the middle of the table here. Well, if I could draw something where this big splurge is. Okay. But when we just come up to the 12 and do a total here, 248, our midpoint is 18. Okay. This is the numerology that is right here. So from the beginning of the United States, notice the 4 7s in here. Yeah, notice the 17. Well, not the 7. Well, there is a 17 in here if we just come across, and we do have a 76 in here. You know, the beginning of the United States, so important. Yeah, so very important. I'm actually going to come back to this table and show you another. I might show you the whole stuff with all the Pluto stuff in another video again, because that's from back Christmas last year. I've got a video up. I don't know, it's something like 9/11 Pluto something or other. I don't know what I called it, but this time last year in the back catalogue. Anyway, what you can see here is the importance of the reference back to Pluto, the reference with the 4th of July 1776, and then our midpoint, this 18, the 180 days here. You know, that is pretty significant, I think. Okay, interesting stuff, right? I think, well, I'll show you one more thing, right? So this is projecting out to the end date of 12/31, right? Now, if you're English, you write that the other way around. So we're going to write it 3, 1, 1, 2. Now, when I do numerology, what I do some of the time, especially with the number 11 though, is if I have a double number that's next to each other, especially if it's next to each other, I feel like you can merge these two. So it's almost like, look, let me show you what it's almost like. It's taking this number 12 here, right? And then what you do is you're merging that one over the top of the other one. So you end up with, what we end up with that numerology there is 312. Now, if you look at the start of this table and read it in reverse, 312, just as we've read this number in reverse as well. Okay, we're not quite reading the 18 in reverse, but we're reading this number in reverse, and the beginning and the end. So if we're going forwards this way, and then we're going to balance that by reading the numbers back the opposite way, if you get what I'm saying. We're reading it back this way. Okay, so the beginning is the end, is my point. Yeah, the beginning is the end. End numbers. Does that make sense? Alright, well anyway, just wanted to show you that one. I've got one more number jump I'm going to do after this one, but the video will be a little bit longer because we're going to tie some stuff in back with Madonna again. Alright, thanks for watching. Alright, cheers, bye.